Hello friends, we find ourselves back out in the woods again. A windfall tree, a big old spruce. Now, as you can see, we've peeled away the outer layer and she's a pigeon soft, a little rotten. Been here for a few minutes, but who are we to be fussy? Can't leave it here. It's part of our ongoing effort to clean up fire risk and gain firewood on our own piece of property. So we'll set to it and see what the inside looks like. I met an old timer once that he didn't sharpen his chainsaw chains. Got firewood for their house, lived in the country, but he didn't sharpen his chainsaw chains. He just had a big old batch of them. And whenever it got dull, he'd swap it out for a sharp one. And then he'd take the whole lot into town every once in a while and drop them off at a saw shop and get them to file them for him. Some people are funny. To each their own. It's gone a little punky. It'll get better as we get to the base, as it gets bigger around. Like the center is still solid, but this outer has started to rot a bit. But who are we to be fussy? All right, well, we're making our way to the end here. Pretty decent size, actually. There's my boot, so we're about 12 inches so far. Now, I've seen two references for the term windfall, which what this tree would be, blown over by the wind. One, fruit that would blow out of fruit trees, land on the ground as a windfall, you know. Luck would have you, it's a windfall. You pick up this fruit, you wouldn't have to climb the tree to get it. So the second term, and the one that I like the best, windfall, my understanding originated around England, English term. What they did is the government said no landowner can fall a tree or cut up lumber from standing trees because they belong to the government. They have to be preserved in a time of war for building these naval ships. So the caveat, the loophole to this was windfall. If a tree blew over in the wind, then the farmer or landowner was free game for them to cut this up to use for firewood or lumber or what have you, but it had to be windfall. So, of course, modern times, we just know windfall for exactly what it sounds like, you know, windfall. That's some good luck coming your way. Of course, the challenge getting wood off the ground can be keeping the saw out of the ground. All up out of the dirt. It's a little bit more solid towards the base here. It's not too bad. It was up off the ground. Alrighty, here's what we're dealing with. This is the butt end. We're actually almost over at the neighbor's property now. Totally uprooted. What these big old spruce can do. I think we'll get greedy. We'll try and cut one more off of there. There you can see the bottom side. That's it. That's how shallow rooted. See how thin that is? That's how shallow rooted these big old spruce can get. And basically the roots rot off and over they go. So there's a few more in here. They're still standing, but it pays to keep a close eye on them, see what's going on, dig around the base a little bit. And those couple big ones over by the shop that I've pointed out in other videos, they gotta come down. Let's just see if we can't sneak one more block off of this thing. They went to all the trouble to grow this big, we might as well show it a little respect and make use of it. And waiting to get some of the dirt out. I'll tell you what, let's not start now by wrecking that. How was that for perfection? The stump even put itself back. You can't plan stuff like that. Now comes the fun part, the packing. And I'm telling you, those blocks got awfully heavy down that end, so better get at her. All right, we are running out of daylight here. Okay, we are got enough daylight to run this up, dump it, come back for the tools and the big blocks from the end. There's optimism for you. Brought the splitting maul down. I thought we'd get that done too before we ran out of daylight, but here we are. It's less than low light. I think we're pretty well no light at this point. Another tree saved from the forest floor. As always, I enjoy myself. I hope you enjoy watching, and we'll catch you on another adventure.